All right, welcome back to Dig It RC. I know we're doing a lot of repair upgrade videos, but weather's turned on me, and so I'm doing what I can. Not only has the weather turned, but my equipment's turning on me too. So I got to get some of this stuff upgraded. So this is for the HG P802. I've got a 45 turn motor, a Ghoul RC, 3-to-1 planetary gear reduction unit. This was suggested to me on the comments by, I believe it was, That's My RC. So I appreciate the suggestion. I'm going to try it out and see if it works. I need more torque on that truck. I don't need the speed. I rarely use second gear on it. So having that option of the 2-speed transmission, but hopefully getting more torque with this setup. I'm going to try it out and see if it works. So thank you guys for commenting. I do read and listen to y'all, so I appreciate the commenting. I really do. And thanks a lot too. I want to give a shout out to everyone. 500 subscribers. Awesome. Thank you so very much. I appreciate your guys' support, and I want to just keep bringing you guys content. So that includes upgrades. So we're going to put this thing together. And so I already put the gear that come with the 3-to-1. So I put this pinion gear on the motor already, and I had to shave my shaft. The shaft was a little bit long on this particular motor, and it's a 45 turn motor, and I didn't go real expensive on the motor because I'm just trying this out. If I want to upgrade that later, I might do that. So we're gonna take and we got to pull this apart so that we can get that motor mounted. We'll get all these screws out. I'll just be careful because that's holding everything together here. So I just want to pull this piece off right here. Whoop. See, drop that ring. So be good to take a look at that. You know what? And since it's apart, it'd probably be a good idea to grease that up too. So we will probably do that as well while we're in here. Anything that's got a lot of speed to it like that in gears, I like to have them greased up, especially if it's closed like it is. Okay, so now we need to get this guy here, and it looks like they give us little indentations, which is awesome. So it's going to let us hide our screws and everything too. So we'll want to go with shorter screws. Now the motor didn't come with any screws, and the gear reduction unit didn't come with any screws. So we're going to break into our 3mm screws, and I'm going to go with some pretty short ones here. We'll try the 8mm first off. Drop that in here, and that looks about right for length that I want on that. So we'll drop 2 of those 8mm long M3 screws in there. Okay, get our Loctite. We'll dab just a little bit of that Loctite on there. Let it just kind of ease its way down here. Here it is. Oh, just dropped the other one. I'll just grab another one here real quick. I don't know where I dropped it. But it definitely hit the floor. Okay, all right, so there's my Loctite. And we'll set that to the side. We'll wipe it down here in just a minute. All right. Now we'll get this mounted on the motor. Get my, I had the wrong size wrench. I'm like, it feels like it's screwing in there, but when you just start spinning the end because it's not big enough. All right. Beautiful. Nice and tight. Loctite it up. Test fit. All right. So everything goes together nice and tight. So our clearances are all right, nice and smooth. It's nice, like I got some nice resistance trying to spin that, dude. So let's go ahead and I'll pull these out of here anyway. Pull that off. All right, so let me get some Udda butter. Could do this on camera, I suppose. And just fill those teeth up with grease. We don't need to get overly carried away with that. Then we'll just drop those back in there. Boom, like so. I'm going to give it a little bit of loving right here in the middle. Yeah, if I can keep. I just want to stick more to the my finger than it is in there. All right, very good. Loving all three sides of that. Now I need to get my paper towel for grease. Okay, wipe the grease off my finger there. Now we'll take and drop the washer back in there, and we'll slide our motor in there and get the holes semi-lined up here. Boom. Okay, so that's set. We'll rotate this around, get our holes lined up there. Okay, rotate it around. I think I got one right there. Yeah, maybe I should wipe the grease off of that. Get this tightened up. Boom. The other one should go right in place. And I'm hoping there's room and not too many modifications will have to be made to the truck. Because this will be really nice, I think. Give that a spin as soon as I get these tightened up here. Oh yeah, that I can't get enough grip to spin that by hand. Oh, there's a little bit of turn right there. That's nice. That will add a little bit of resistance, so maybe she won't get so carried away going down hills too. Give me a little bit of back pressure. That'd be sweet. Without having to add the electronic braking to it. Because I'm not sure if that stock receiver will let me do that. Or, sorry, stock ESC. All right, but so that's that. So we'll move on to tearing into that HG. I'm gonna be doing the lights, sound, motor upgrade. So we're gonna really tear into this dude and see what we can do. All right, to get the cab off of this thing, we're gonna start by I'm gonna take this plate off here and then screw right back up in here. We'll take that off on both sides and try and get this cab off. I like to keep all my screws together. We have one that's slightly different. It goes right in the center. It's more of a machine screw. The other ones go straight into the plastic. This one's going into some metal. So we'll put this on my bench. Okay, get these other two screws out of here. All right, so I pulled the 4 out of the front also. And there's 2 more. After I pull the plate off, there's 2 more that go in here. They're same size. And that cab should just break loose from there. Voila. Now we've got our cab. Oh, Eric's been going for a ride. Forgot to take Eric out of there. All right, and then we'll have to tear into this further too so we can get our lights and our light bucket, but I'm focused on the motor right now. And that whole front end is loose. Take the D-rings off, I could pull this whole front off of here. I'm just gonna leave them on for right now though. Okay. Looks like maybe 4 screws holding this engine cover in place. I hope it's just 4. I'll make it nice. Now this motor does have a cooling fan on it, which concerns me a little bit. The length that we have available. I don't think it's going to work with my new motor anyway. I'm going to pull these screws out of here so I don't lose them. And my light is just magnetized on there. But I'll just let it pull out of the way right there. It's magnetized, so I just have to pull that clip if I want to pull it completely off. So it's cool. We got a little turbo, exhaust system, air intake, exhaust. But got a little fan right here. That, you know, that's pretty cool. You never actually see it, but I'm sure it does provide some cooling while it's running. Just not a lot. So anyway, let's dig into this further, see what we can do about getting this all torn apart here. Looks like a couple of screws right here. And maybe just a couple more up front, and I should be able to pull that motor out. And go ahead and clip this wire tie. There's a wire tie right there. Clip that off. Okay, let's get these four loosened up here. Alright, my four motor mounts. Yeah, so that's loose. Let's see. I might have to take the exhaust. That one's a little bit longer, but yeah. My wires are pretty tight on that motor, so I might have to just snip those off here. Where's the crane? We need the crane. Might have to extend those wires even. It's pretty tight. Alright, let's go for it. Snip them puppies off of there. You know, maybe it'd just be easier getting this stuff out of the way. It's only 2 more screws. Always doing things the hard way. Boom. A little greasy, don't you think? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, a little bit on the greasy side. There's my greasy towel. Wipe some of that off. I might have to take this dude apart to get into there. All right, so that was barely cradling that thing, loosely cradling it. So let's take our fan off. That's a really cool fan. I like it. It's neat. Kind of a neat feature they put on there. Put that screw with that. Just slide that off for now. Okay. A double shafted motor. Kind of cool. All right, well, let's take this apart. All right, let's move the truck out of the way for right now. And get in here on this motor. I don't know exactly how much of this is going to have to come apart. I don't know what's holding what on here. Looks like that might be some kind of mount that slides in there. We'll see. So far, I'm liking how this thing's built, though. No complaints thus far, and I love details. So this just is, even though you don't even see it, I've never seen all the detail to this except for peeking in there once or twice. But even the fan, I think I looked at it like once and just never paid too much attention, but I like to know that it's there. Especially when I go to work on it. That's what makes it cool. Like now I feel like I'm working on an engine. I'll take these over here because I see a metal plate down inside here. So I think once I get these all loose, that metal plate will just slide out of there. I hope. I kind of expected this to be the transmission, but it's not the transmission at all. It's really kind of interesting the way that it's set up here. We'll take a closer look at that here in a minute too. Got that locked in there pretty solid though. All right, I'm gonna grab my calipers. I want to see how much space I've got total here. So it looks like I've got 36 millimeters from the back of the housing, so we'll see where that other one sticks out. And nothing, it's not loose enough to do anything yet. Okay, well, we'll take the rest of this apart then. We got a screw here. Two screws here. Oh, there's one right here. I'm trying to see if this bar right here okay. Just apply more pressure. I got that half off. It sticks. There it is. It's like a puzzle. Goodness. So the screws I was seeing are right down in here. That's what's holding these on. So it's just tight. So just pull apart. Try not to break it in the process. So you definitely see I don't have a whole lot of space there. And I mean, this is a specialty motor to be able to do what they're doing with it with the fan. But compared the length, we're going to be just a skosh, just a little bit longer on it. So we'll just have to see how the fan shroud works, because we don't want to short out our motor. So we might have to do something to protect that. So let's work on getting, I just heard a bunch of screws attached to that. Dink. I'm not gonna remember where any of these screws go, man. I'm in for it now. Especially if I keep losing them. So I got 4 there. Alright. So now I just gotta worry about getting this. Oh, and this in itself has a gear reduction on it as well. So it's the planetary system right inside here. So that's nice. If this all works, we should have some hefty torque. Oh, never mind. Yay! It just popped off of there. So the gear just came out, so I don't have to pull that dude off. Or I was gonna have to use heat and everything else on it. Good. See, look at that. That's some good looking planetary gears. See how big they are? Why in the world doesn't the bulldozer and that other equipment use larger gearing? That drives me nuts. Because if that was the size of gearing in the drive hubs on the dozer, I guarantee you they probably wouldn't break like I'm seeing them break. All right, so now, gross. Lots of grease in this one. So these aren't Loctited in there. I don't know what kind of Loctite they use, but on the loader, I had to use heat to get off the hubs. The screws, I mean, I broke 3 out of 4 of the screws off and had to use heat to retract them. All right, so we'll pull that off. Let's put our pinion on first. So those. Okay. So we want to put our pinion in the same location. So we had 36 to the back. We already checked that was going to be close. So here, we want that out at 19 mil from the motor. Bam. All right. Let's see how that fits on here. Oh, look, more screws. Alright, and this does have a flat spot on it, but we might have to do a little bit more work on it to get it to fit. What I'll do, I'll pull this all the way out, because this, see if we can see it, there's a little flat spot built into it. This does have a little flat spot on it as well. Just make sure we're lined up. We just might have to do a little bit more to it. Yep, looks like we'll have to take that down just a little bit more. All right, not bad though. I think we'll do, oh no, I heard it fall. So I slowly removed some material using the grinding wheel on the Dremel to allow me to get that pinion to fit on there. And then I got the pinion set at that 19 millimeters, and I'm mounting the motor mount. Motor mount screws back in. Nice and tight. Gear reduction upon gear reduction. I like it. Okay. Yeah. Boom. Slid in there. I should remember the orientation on this. Okay. I don't know when that stopped recording, but anyhow, we're back at it. Got that back together. Okay. Everything kind of locks together in here, just so. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was these guys. What were those two from? Pretty impressive on how this all goes together. It's secure. think I'd have put that many screws in this housing, but I like it. All right. These two right here. All right, so I got the exhaust mounted, the engine cover on, and we still got good clearance in there on the motor, so we're not going to short out. And we're going to take this for a quick little test run to see how that new motor runs here. First gear, and there's full speed. It is a lot slower, a lot slower. All right, so let's switch to second gear. And I think second gear is even still a little bit slower than first gear was. So I might not quite have the wheel speed. Well, I definitely won't have the wheel speed that I had before. But hopefully with that torque, I'll be able to get up the hill, which right now is the more important task to me over speed. So I can't wait to get the dozer fixed, and we'll do some test run up the hill and see how the total repairs work.